Week 12 is here, and the injury report is absolutely loaded with major names that could swing playoff races. The biggest story is New York Giants rookie Jaxson Dart being ruled out against Detroit. He hasn't cleared concussion protocol, and this isn't the team being overly cautious. Dart simply hasn't progressed through the stages yet. This marks his second straight missed game after suffering the concussion in Week 10 against Chicago. The Ole Miss product has needed 4 concussion evaluations already this season, and people inside and outside the organization are telling him to protect himself better when running. Before getting hurt, Dart was having an impressive rookie campaign. Through 9 games, he threw for 1,417 yards with 10 touchdowns and just 3 picks. He's also been lethal on the ground with 317 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns, both tops among all rookies. Over in Cincinnati, Joe Burrow's return is a legitimate question mark. Head coach Zac Taylor said they'll wait as long as possible before deciding if their franchise quarterback plays Sunday against New England. Burrow had toe surgery back in September and remains on injured reserve. The Bengals have until 4 p.m. Saturday to activate him. Taylor says Burrow looks great and has done everything he can, but you don't really know how it'll respond until he gets tackled. Plus, they've got 2 games in 5 days, which complicates things. Rodgers is questionable for Sunday against Chicago while dealing with a fractured left wrist. The veteran wore a brace during Thursday's limited practice. Head coach Mike Tomlin confirmed Rodgers won't need surgery, but playing with a broken wrist is no joke. Tampa Bay's Bucky Irving hasn't played since Week 4 with foot and shoulder injuries, but he's trending up according to head coach Todd Bowles. Irving didn't handle being hurt well, which makes sense since it's his first injury in the NFL. They're eyeing Week 13 against Arizona for his potential return. The Houston Texans don't expect Joe Mixon back at all this season. He's been dealing with a foot injury that kept him out of OTAs, minicamp, and all of training camp. He landed on the reserve non-football injury list in late August and hasn't suited up once. Josh Jacobs says if he misses any time, it won't be more than 1 game. The Green Bay running back injured his knee during last week's win over the Giants. He sat out Wednesday but returned to limited practice Thursday. He's dealing with swelling and stiffness but is listed as questionable. Baltimore is losing Rashod Bateman and Keon Martin, both ruled out. The Ravens need other receivers to step up with Bateman sidelined. Kansas City will be without Isaiah Pacheco again due to his knee injury. Kingsley Suamataia and Xavier Worthy are both questionable, adding more uncertainty to their offensive line and receiving corps. Seattle's dealing with multiple linebacker issues. Torrey Horton and Tyrese Knight are out, while Ernest Jones is questionable with a knee problem. Kenneth Walker III is also questionable with a glute injury. Tennessee's secondary is decimated. Kendall Brooks and Xavier Woods are both out, leaving major holes in their defensive backfield. Green Bay's receiver situation is concerning. Jaden Reed is out with shoulder and foot issues. Matthew Golden, Savion Williams, and Dontavian Wicks are all questionable. That's potentially 4 receivers unavailable for a crucial game. The Giants are beyond Dart's absence, dealing with serious depth issues. Kayvon Thibodeau is out, and 5 other players are questionable, including running back Eric Gray and safety Tyler Nubin. Detroit's got their own problems despite being one of the best teams in the league. Terrion Arnold, Marcus Davenport, Miles Frazier, Kirby Joseph, and Joshua Pascal are all ruled out. 6 more players are questionable, including star tackle Penei Sewell. Cincinnati's defense takes a massive hit without Trey Hendrickson, Cameron Sample, and Cam Taylor-Britt. That's significant production missing from their pass rush and secondary. Pittsburgh's Alex Highsmith is doubtful with a pectoral injury, while Cameron Hayward and Darius Slay are questionable. Aaron Rodgers being questionable obviously gets the headlines. Chicago's linebacker corps is devastated, with Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards both out. Jacksonville loses Brian Thomas Jr. and Travon Walker, 2 huge pieces. Arizona might be without Marvin Harrison Jr. due to appendicitis. That's their top receiving threat potentially missing against a divisional opponent. The injury landscape for Week 12 is brutal across the league, and these absences will absolutely determine outcomes this weekend.